wonderful lineup this evening. Our guest tonight is going to be Savannah Hauk, author of the totally awesome book, which I've been touting about for a long time, Living with Cross-Dressing.
Hey.
And we have, yes, Savannah. And then we have with us another special guest who's been with us so many more times, has taken a little hiatus, and she's back. Miss Pamela is with us. Hello, Miss Pam.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
It's so glad to see you again.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to see you too.
Thank you. Missed you also. We also have with us Elizabeth. She's back again. Hi.
Hey, everybody.
And we have Melissa, still there with all the switches and dials.
Oh, hi. How are you? Hi. It's good to see you. Hi.
With us here.
We had to drag her out of the studio to say that, folks. We are the voice of cross-dressing, and I, Jennifer, approve of your cross-dressing. Go for it. Enjoy it. It's your life. Be part of us. Love it. Love it. We're brought to you by the Breast Form Store. You can get $20 off your order at the Breast Form Store by putting in the code CD Radio at checkout. $20. We all can use $20. Great. Go there. Wonderful. Also, go to your lower right-hand corner. That's down that way. And you can subscribe on that little red square down over here somewhere. And subscribe to us because we've got some great stuff going on for subscribers, our Patreon people, and Instagram people. We're going to be doing giveaways. You want free stuff? Subscribe. Join all of us here with us. And you can win some good stuff.
So yeah, right now, Jennifer, on the Instagram. So if you are not a follower yet of our Instagram, go right now to Crossdress Radio Network on Instagram and make sure you subscribe and like the giveaway post and make a comment so you can get your entries in, and we are going to announce the winner by the end of the show. So do it now.
Nice. We're going to be giving away a few. I've got these envelopes stuffed with stuff, and we're going to be giving, this is only part of it. We got a lot more in the next shows here. So join the crowd. You join sooner, you get a better chance. So we kind of want to make this a Pam coming back and having a fun time with her and where she's been and all. And I'd kind of like to catch up with Pamela on this. You know, where have you been? How you been doing? All the good things in life. We miss you. We reach out, big hugs, 6 foot apart at least.
Well, thank you. Thank you for asking. Hello, everybody. Well, I've been in the bottom of a well. I was eating bugs or anything unfortunate enough to fall down in there, doing push-ups and singing the Sisters song to keep my morale up. You know, it happened on April 1st, so I guess the joke was on me. I thought the cover would be strong enough to support my weight, but
no.
Anyway, I crawled out a couple days ago because I knew your show was coming on and I had things to do.
Well, it's wonderful to have you back. We love you. We're glad to see you. We like to see you back more when it works out for you.
Well, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now that I got all this technology figured out, you know, Melissa is well aware I'm IT illiterate, and we always left that stuff up to her. I guess I got spoiled a little bit, but she talked me through tonight, and here I am. Thank you, Melissa.
You know, no problem. Matter of fact, the last time you were here, I think you destroyed the studio, and there's video of that. You can search that on YouTube and Facebook. It was a pretty fun time, I'm pretty sure.
Is that when I fell backwards in the chair, butt up in the air, and I took the mic and everything with me on the floor?
Yeah, it was pretty much it. It was all
like that.
Legs akimbo. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Hey, Grace.
Oh, yeah. So we have fun here. And so we're glad to have you back. We're going to be giving away these wonderful, like I said, these wonderful gifts. We have gifts from a number of areas. We have gift cards from Victoria's Secrets, from Sephora, We have iTunes giveaway cards. And it just goes and goes and goes. We have so much. So we'll be getting at those in a little bit. And so this show here, okay, is kind of interesting because we're going to ask each other questions. We're going to learn more about us and me. So if you want to know more about me, send a note to Elizabeth and she'll ask the question. I can take the hits, folks. So go ahead. Yeah, this is your turn to get back with us and connect with us. So I want to go to Savannah because I know Savannah's got a few questions, and we can start off with that.
I'm so unprepared. I don't know what to ask because I was also in a well with Pamela, so it's been pretty rough. So we had.
I was wondering if you could see me there.
Yeah. I mean, there was a little bit of light coming from the top, but I was able to make out your shape, which is so wonderful as it is.
Well, there was that fire ladder going all the way up. You should have been used to that, Pam.
Well, I hung my nylons and my wet clothing on that.
And you don't want to ruin nylons by going up the ladder. That just seems silly.
Well, that too.
Yeah. Let's see. Do I have any questions? Actually, I have a question for Jennifer. And my question to Jennifer is, since you were a late bloomer in the cross-dressing dual identity scheme, do you feel that it just came upon you, like all of a sudden out of the blue, or do you feel that like had you investigated it, you could have been a Jennifer sooner and for longer?
No, it was interesting. It just sort of came to me, and I was married at the time, and my ex-wife went and bought some guy underwear for me, and they were silky and sheer. Hanes put them out. It was the test market, and they put them out, and I put them on. It was like, wow, this stuff is great, and I loved them. But it was only around about 6 months, and they pulled it off the market because they didn't hold up. And I tried to buy the last ones they had from anywhere. I called stores and stores and stores and whatever, and finally and then they fell apart. So I was frustrated, and we were out one day shopping because she was a big shopaholic. And so we're in the lingerie department. I'm just guy mode, not thinking anything femme at all. And I'm in there thinking, come on, hurry, let's get out of here. When she goes in there when they open the store, and then she leaves when the guard escorts her out with the lights off at night. And I've done that many times, so believe me, it's no fun. So I'm there enduring all this, and I noticed a pair of women's underwear that looked a lot like what I had with the Hanes brand. So I went over there and I looked at it and I thought, isn't this something? So I told her, I said, this is like the other ones. I want to get a couple of these and see how well they do. And she kind of hem-hawed and was like, well, okay. And so I tried them. We go home and I try them, and I really liked them. They were very, very similar to what Hanes had. So that kind of got me on the road going about, again, textures and nice silky things and all. And it brought up a couple of memories I had when I was very, very young. Kind of like whatever age it is that you're just playing on the floor and your mom's there and you're playing with your blocks or something. I don't know. I never had kids, so I don't know. And I remember a couple of vague memories about clothes being around. I think she would sit on the floor with me and she would fold clothes or something out of a hamper, And so I talked about the silky things, and she really, I said something, do they make these for boys? And she said, I'll check into it and see. So that faded, and nothing, pretty much anything until that time, much decades later in life, and it sparked back to that again. So there was probably something there, but it never really blossomed back then. But it hit there, and she actually supported that for a period of a couple of years, and then she turned against it. And I kind of liked what I wanted more, and I discovered bodysuits then. And I got bodysuits that looked just like a t-shirt, you know. Mm-hmm. And I would wear that under my uniform, flight uniform, and it looked like a guy's t-shirt underneath it. And I thought, wow, this is great, you know. And so it was started a progression, and I just sort of eased into it. It wasn't a sudden revelation like some guys, but it just sort of happened.
But it sounds like you had inklings of it when you were young that just never materialized. Because I always wondered, like, you know, could you possibly be a late bloomer, or are you really just discovering yourself in its fullest at whatever age it happens to be? So that's why I had asked the question.
Yeah, you know, I look back on my life, and I'm a kind of person that gets very, very focused. And I go after something, and everything is there. And you got to be that way flying big jets all over the world. You just can't let your mind wander. And so I did the flying thing. I made a decision in life that I wanted to do that, having never flown an airplane in my life, or even been in an airplane. That's what I wanted to do. So I focused all my energies in that direction. I didn't have two nickels to rub together. And I went from flying the smallest little airplane you can get to the biggest in the world. And it's all through dedication. You probably know people in different fields in life, and some people have that burning desire. They just want it more than food or anything else. They just live, breathe, and eat it. And that was me with airplanes and flying. And I focused so much on that I think any hint of anything as far as cross-dressing is concerned was totally out the window. And then I went to a marriage which really did not work out, and I spent 2 decades in that, and it was not good at all for most all that 2 decades. So when this happened with cross-dressing, the under things, that was actually kind of a big relief for me, I think. It opened another area of myself, because I was carrying a lot of anger in life. I didn't know where the anger was, and I would try to get rid of it. I didn't know how to get rid of it. And cross-dressing was a really big help with that.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
Yeah. And, of course, flying around the world, and here I am going to different countries and through customs, and they're looking at your suitcases. And also I had to devise ways to hide everything in front of prying eyes and hands, looking literally hands in my suitcase. So I figured it out.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in another episode somewhere. Speaking of that, let me show you something. And I'm going to get into. You see this? That's my captain's hat.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's my captain's hat. So we're going to have it was Scott, who's my videographer guy. And he came up with something, said, let's have a Captain Jennifer, and some of my old flying stories, war stories, places you've been, done, interesting things, you know, what the hell are you doing here? You know, are you going to die in this or not? You know? So, yeah, I've got a few stories. So we're going to kind of do those. So we'll go up on the Patreon site with that and kind of post like one a week. And then we're going to get started in that here in the next week or so. And that's going to be fun. You know, reminiscing, take my hat with me and say, all right, I was flying along one day to Australia when this and that happened. So
So wait, so do you get a question for me now, or are we moving on to the rest of the panel?
Well,
Can't
we
be
could
just you.
we could go on to the rest of the panel,
Yeah.
you know, and
Hey,
so I'm wondering.
We've got a couple questions on Facebook, Jennifer. So can I shoot those at you?
Sure.
Okay. So Sabrina asked, what advice do you have for cross-dressers and their significant others on navigating this journey together?
Oh my goodness. There's one word that is foremost. Well, there's a few really foremost words. They all pretty much go hand in hand. You got to have the ingredients to bake a cake. Not just one ingredient, but all of them. And there's some really important ingredients here that you must have, and you must be open to it. First off is a totally open heart for you and total transparency for you. When you come out, are you going to be involved with your cross-dressing in a relationship totally out there in every way, shape, and form, totally truthful? So she can totally, absolutely count on your truth. She needs that reaffirmation, if that's a word, you know, that you are telling the truth. You're not sliding something, because she needs that. So that's one. The other, and right the same way, is communication. Talk to her. But it's how you communicate. You never say, you said this or that. Well, think about it. When someone comes to you and looks you in the eye and they point their finger and said, you did this and that, that's an attack on you, and you become very defensive. Therefore, you're not going to be open back, are you? You've got to play fair, absolutely fair in your relationship with your woman. You'll have long-term blessed success if you do these things. And this is the guts of the whole thing. You know, total openness, communicate. If you feel like something you were wronged or isn't right, or you didn't like the way something was said, you don't talk about it specifically from her or she specifically to you about something. You say, this hurt me. You talk about the feelings, the emotions, you know, because I don't want to hurt anybody. She doesn't want to hurt you. She may say something that you take as hurtful. So take a moment, let that hurt go by the side, dodge that bullet, let it go. It's not worth fighting over. You don't want to fight with your wife. You want to connect with her. You want to help make her life blossom and enjoy, be part of this. That's your goal. So do something. You communicate and you respect her by saying, this, I felt uncomfortable with this scenario or with this something. Or how can we work around this particular issue? I understand that you would like this. Fine, that's what you would like. And that's your feelings, and they're real to you. And you have to understand her reality, because it's real to her. She wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't. And you have your reality of over here, a little something different. How can we talk about some mix that'll work together for both of us? Maybe Tuesdays, I want to go and do something on Tuesdays, and she says she wants to do that on Thursdays, and I'll go to yours if you go to me. I'll support you. It maybe if she wants to go to some knitting circle somewhere and you're totally friggin' bored with it, guess what? You're going to it. Because she knows that you're totally bored with this, but you're still going there for her. It's never what you say, it is your actions. Your actions to your woman. That's what she sees. The old saying, talk is cheap. Your actions. So I hope I helped out with something there.
Yeah. So we know that Jennifer has a girlfriend. Savannah, what is your relationship status?
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Yep.
So Savannah, same question. How
do I navigate it?
Yeah. How do you navigate your relationship with your girlfriend?
Well, I mean, in my case, my girlfriend didn't know anything about cross-dress. She knew like gays and lesbians and drag queens to an extent, but she didn't understand the nuances of cross-dressing and dual identities. And so it was brand new for her. So she took it upon herself to do a bunch of research and read the books before I had a book. She read books on the subject, and we came back to the table and we talked about it. And it's still an evolving thing, because Jennifer's right. Your actions speak and your words don't. You can say whatever you want, but if you don't back them up, it doesn't mean anything. But I have said it before, where you can compromise without compromising. Because at the end of the day, it's like, this is an important part of us. And they recognize that, and we recognize that they're struggling or may struggle with it, while other partners may just dive right in and be completely cool with it. And there's never a word about it. But there is something to be said about having it, again, like Jennifer said, having a conversation, try not to be defensive. Or if you know that there's things that have been said, like kind of like maybe passive aggressive, or you're hurt because you took it the wrong way. You have to recognize that in yourself, and you have to recognize it in your partner, so that you can come to the table and say, hey, I noticed you said these couple things, and what does that mean to you? And what is it you're struggling with? And it's not like it ends and everything is roses, by year 5. It's always evolving. There's always a dynamic. And in your relationship, it doesn't matter if it's cross-dressing or anything else, there's always an evolution to any relationship. So for us, it's still an evolution. There's going to be a level of comfort that she is okay with, and other things she will not be necessarily interested in doing or going. Like, she's not really into the club scene or like noisy bars. So she will come with me once in a while, but she also knows that she'll get very, not anxious, but she'll be just kind of like at her limit very soon. So she'll feel bad to go home or have me take her home. So we'll come separate, and she'll leave when she wants to leave, and she knows I want to stay. So we have these agreements that we kind of set the expectation as we go, and they do modify. That it's not the same for every year. It's not stagnant. So we have agreements, and we understand that she knows it's important to me, and she wants to be there for me for as best as it allows for her. So yeah, it's ongoing. It's never ending. Again, in any relationship, if you stop growing and you stop evolving, then there's something probably wrong with the relationship. So
I totally agree with you. And one other thing I want to make a point of, in addition to all of what both Savannah and I said, underlying all of that, you romanced her. Okay. You chose her. She chose you. You romanced her. Just because you put a ring on her finger doesn't mean you stop romancing her. If you want a real relationship, you romance her the rest of her life. That's showing her your heart. Women, think about your heart, your emotions, where you're coming from. And believe me, women are smart. They can read us like books. It's like Savannah's books, but they got big print. Okay? I mean, so never try to bullshit her. It's so much easier to say, I screwed up. I really didn't mean this or that. And the fact that you admit that tells a lot to her.
Yeah, there's something to be said about ownership. Like, whether you're feeling pain and you felt it was her fault, but you recognize that it's some baggage you're carrying, or owning up to whatever it is. It's like owning up to the apology, or owning up to what you want. There's ownership in strength in being respectful and being like, no, this is how I feel. This is important. And, they will recognize your passion for it or your need for it. And you do the same for them. Like I said, you give them the exact same that you would like to get from them.
Yeah. Honesty. I mean, just straightforward, total, transparent honesty. And, when I got into cross-dressing, I started going out, and it really started taking over with me and all. I became extremely honest. And that being honest, I'm out there. It was so freeing to me, liberating. I don't have to carry all this little, well, I kind of slide the truth here and there because I didn't want someone to think this or that. You know, honesty. These are all these great qualities. You know, I want to get Pamela in here. She hasn't had anything to say. What do you think?
I was going to have Miss Pam join in, but it looks like Miss Pam got lost in cyberspace. She is drifting in cyberspace.
She's back in the well.
Back in the well.
So we're sorry that she's gone. Hey, just a reminder really quick, everyone, if you are not subscribed on or following us on Instagram, please go do that and like and comment on the giveaway post so that you can join the contest right now. We are going to announce it at the end of the show.
If you're on Instagram, tell you what, if you're on Instagram, and I want you to go and join right now, because in 5 minutes, we're going to pick an Instagram person. How about that? Can we do that, Elizabeth?
Oh, we can do it anytime you want, but I think you give them a little extra time. I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
Yeah, because I need to go on my phone and also subscribe. So
that's right, for all of us. Subscribe. Even if it's upside down, who cares?
Do regulars get to win? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Are we like family and friends and employees? We're not.
Right. You're not eligible. Yeah. So we have another great question from our regular fan on Facebook. Diane Jane asked, "Hey Jennifer, do you ever fly with a female pilot and feel a desire to be able to fly en femme? If so, how did you converse with her as opposed to a guy?"
Okay, I didn't tell anyone in the airline about this. It's something that I kept really super secret with. And I flew with a number of ladies. And I'll tell you guys right now, these women are as good or better than any of the guys I've flown with. I've flown with guys that went to Naval Academy, flew off carriers, this and that and all. And pardon the expression, but they can't fly worth shit. Okay? They can fly that other thing, do all that stuff. When they get themselves a big jet with 4 engines cranking on it, and you got 800,000 pounds worth of airplane, you know, and things moving along, you got to be right dead center on everything, you know. And the ladies I flew with, they nailed it, you know, procedures, everything. They had to show that they're twice as good as the men. And I saw it. And we had some absolutely beautiful women. Oh my God, drop dead beautiful. You know, I'll just tell you about one. She's a redhead, and with the first airline I flew for, which then got bought out by the second airline, and she was our first female. She flew as a bush pilot in Alaska, landing on the side of riverbanks and glaciers and all this, flying between mountains. I mean, that's that kind of stuff. You got to be good to do that. I mean, you got to have the hands and the mind and everything else to do that. It's just there. So we're bringing women in and we're going to do all this. Well, that's great. They brought her in. She's 6'1", I think. Raving red hair, looks like Princess Fergie, and a natural redhead, you know. And they put her in the simulator. Now, in the simulator has 4 engines. She never flew anything that big or that whatever, you know. Smaller twin engine airplanes, yeah. Well, she did such a great job. The guys were totally mesmerized. Like, damn, we got to hire her. She's just flat ass good. You know, it's not because you're a man or a woman, it's how good you are. And so what they did something that many of you, I'll tell you real quick. On takeoff, the most critical part is having one of your outboard engines quit on you at the most critical time. So that's what we all practice. We all do it so we can fly it safely. When it really happens in real, we practice the worst case, and we all live, and we go home and have ourselves some pizza and a couple of beers. So they just threw it at her without telling her about it. She nailed it. I mean, she friggin' nailed it. And I've known her over the years. First class woman, all kinds of neat things. And there's some other ladies that are just as good. And I've had a number of guys that I don't even want to talk with. And even a few I would not ride as a passenger on their airplane with. So, give an example. But
I'd say maybe you should give us a list of those pilots so we know not to go on those airlines. Maybe that's no fly.
They've been retired by now. So,
okay,
or dead and gone, one way or the other. They're not there.
Good.
So
oh my goodness.
that's okay. But it's true. It's really true. It was always a pleasure flying with the ladies. An absolute pleasure. You know, and I don't get the BS from the other guys, how good they are, the macho, the ego. I don't care about that. It's flying the airplane because you want to get that airplane, you want to fly it and keep it safe, do your job, do it right. And that's all I care about. So anyway, Elizabeth.
Yeah. So we had our friend Kat Wright came on. And
Kat, how you doing, Kat?
Kat came in, but she was all dolled up and at a friend's house, and they were going out. But she just fly by and said hi. But we do have another friend, Kristen, that is asking Savannah when your podcast is starting out.
Oh, well, as you know, Julie Rubenstein and I, who met on Jennifer's show in April for one of the movie nights, we started collaborating, and our podcast, The Fox and the Phoenix, I am the Phoenix, she is the Fox, because she's from Fox and Hanger. We actually are launching our podcast on Wednesday, August 5th.
That's exciting.
It is exciting, and it's kind of like two sides of a coin, where I'm the cross-dresser, obviously, and she's like the ally, and we just have conversations about either whatever we're going to talk about that day. We actually have already recorded an episode that was 20 minutes long before we actually got to the topic we were supposed to talk about. So we cut it into 2 episodes.
Right.
So yeah, we're really proud of what we put together. Brand new skills on my side for editing and, you know, taking the audio, and we're marketing. So yeah, we're really, really excited about it. And yeah, so we look forward to sharing it with everybody next week.
Well, I want to take a moment and tell our audience, guess which 2 are going to be on with me and Elizabeth on the 14th of August. That's 1-4, whatever. Or wait, 1 goes that way and 4 goes that way.
There you go.
And the 14th of August, you guys are going to be on telling all about your big launch, what you're doing. So everyone tune in. I mean, absolutely tune in. This is going to be great. You know, we've got some great stuff now happening in our cross-dresser world that's getting some really good information out there, connectivity. This is what has been lacking in our culture.
Great.
And we're bringing it together.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jennifer. This is one of those things where cross-dressers are still in the shadows and don't need to be. Julie's spoken about it before, where people come to her and they've never been out, and it took me years to get out myself, and I don't want anybody to have to hide because society doesn't understand us. And so that, like with the show here now, and with the podcast, and with the books, and with like what Julie's doing with Fox and Hanger, it's just all things trying to just bring us out from ourselves and be part of the world. And that's an exciting thing.
It sure is. I just want to make another mention too. I've been working with Jane Ellen, who is the president of Tri-S. And I'm working with them on a number of things. And she's going to be on as our guest next week. And we're going to talk about some other connectivities that we're doing. So it's going to bring things more to the forefront. We're totally rebuilding her website. And it needed it. It was something out of it. In fact, that thing is so old. The Romans built it. and all. So it gives you an idea, but we're coming out with something new
Nice.
and all, and I'm kind of in the middle of that, helping them. And a couple other projects that we're going to talk about next week. Is exciting because cross-dressing is coming in a surge now, and it's got good information for all of you and your friends. Let people know, this is so important. And I've also been conversing with in Australia. There's the Seahorse Society, and they're really awesome. They've been around for like 45 years. Again, cross-dressers. They've got 3 chapters, and one in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. So I'm looking forward to connecting with them more. And they're going to be on my show also. So it's a matter of time. Good stuff is happening for all of us. So I'm sorry, Elizabeth, I kind of cut you off.
Oh, no, you're all right. That's great. No, I think that catches us up to most of the Facebook comments that we had recently. I want to ask really quick, like Savannah, well, and you too, Jennifer. So I know, Savannah, you usually like to go and dress at Starbucks.
Yes.
But we're in quarantine life. So now where do you try to go and dress, or is your Starbucks open?
Well, all the Starbucks are open, but typically only for mobile pickup, not for seating. You can't sit. So that's a huge part of, I won't say my identity, but part of my Sundays that's taken away with my friends that I go meet. And I'd go to 2 or 3 different Starbucks in a day and kind of just be with my baristas and then go hang out with my friends after they get out of church and just go meet people and be seen. So what I've done as a result of COVID, I'm still doing it. I'm still going to Starbucks. I'm still visiting with my baristas for a few minutes with my mask on. If you go to my Instagram, Savannah Hauk, you'll see me with my mask. Very colorful. For my Stephanie got that for me, and I go do some photos, and I went and got my oil changed at Savannah because it was right across the street from Starbucks. Just trying to be out for just a while, even if there's nobody around. I find it's not really about being validated by people seeing you as much. It's about being out in the world. So I find solace in just being out and active and kind of just seeing the sunlight is always nice. And then I come home, and Sundays now, because of COVID, Julie and I have taken our Sunday, or my Sunday, as recording days. So that's like 2 o'clock on, we record. So I'm still active. I'm still Savannah most of the day, and I have a purpose, still have a different purpose. So yeah, that's how I've modified in the age of COVID.
Are you dressing like just one day out of the week then, or?
Well, I mean, there's today. I mean, I had to dress up for y'all. What?
Okay.
I mean, and I had, because Jennifer called me, all my wigs were in the wig shop being cleaned and conditioned. So I had to go race out there today to get my locks. So, I had to do what I had to do. But typically one day a week, unless there's some other event or something happening, like this week, Monday I took off because there's a youth center for LGBTQ, and they had like a virtual summer camp. And so I did a workshop with one of the senior leads of their youth group, and we did a cosplay workshop. So it was 90 minutes, and I got to get all dialed up as Black Cat. So it's a whole different.
Oh yes, I saw that.
So yes, it's typically one day a week, twice if it's some other thing going on. But I find for me, and maybe for others, that's enough.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not looking to be this every day. I underdress every day, but yeah, I don't feel a need to like have to do this every day. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, Elizabeth, we're not like you, Elizabeth, where you could just naturally be beautiful. Some of us have to work at it.
Oh Lord, I know you saw my workout pictures, so it doesn't try to wake up that way. It doesn't just happen. So.
Well, this doesn't just wake up and happen either, but.
Yeah. Hey Jennifer, Pam did send us a text message, and she said that she's sorry that she lost her internet from the storm, but she wants to ask Jennifer about confidence and self-esteem and the journey from her dark days to now.
Oh, wow. Dark days. I go back to days of planning my suicide and all that stuff. And that had to do a lot to do with divorce and just everything in my life being, I thought wrong. But I pulled through that. I did a lot of prayers, and finally it got to the point I said, God, you got it. There's nothing else I can do. I tried to do everything I could think of, and I literally just gave it up and then gave it over, and that was something really helpful. And things just work out. And I found out that at one point I just wanted to be at peace. You probably hear my bird in the background, which I've done my darndest to try to shut up. And there he is. I gave him all of his favorite toys. Jeez. But one thing I prayed for and I constantly was in desire of is peace. I didn't care how, what, just the concept of peace within me and everyone around me. Everyone I touch, I meet, I pass by, everyone, that peace is just there, and it started happening, and more and more and more. And I like being at peace. We all we're in an imperfect world to begin with. Okay, just accept it. How many people have never made a mistake? Raise your hand. Yeah, well, someone I think owes me a beer on that one. But yeah, the thing is, everybody makes mistakes. So what? You've made mistakes. I've made mistakes. I'm not going to hang on to them and let them drive me in the future. I let them go. And whatever mistake you have made, others have made the same damn mistake. And they went on. Let go of it. Look to the future. Look for a beautiful future. Look for you having your cross-dressing come out and in a balanced life. Balanced life. Go beyond the pink fog and into a balanced life. So you find your balance, your norm, that your set point that works for you as a person. You've got, being cross-dressers, we have a dominant male side, but we also have a feminine side. What is the right balance for you? Okay. Savannah just talked about a day a week or something like that. Well, that's about like it for me. And, I underdress, absolutely. I'll throw on a pair of pants that are women's pants. Guys don't know because guys are clueless. So who cares? So the thing is that I live my life. I enjoy it. All my friends enjoy me being around, because for one thing, for the most part, I'm at peace, and they need help, and I go to them with peace, and I keep my peace and try to help them, as I'm trying to help all of you. It's the quiet mind that gets things done. Have you ever made a good decision while you were angry? Have you ever made a bad decision when you were at peace? You've got to have your peace. In order to make a good decision for yourself. And whenever you're angry, how many times have you been angry or heard people say, oh, geez, I made that dumb mistake and it's because I was so angry. Well, yeah, you let the anger come to you and you make a terrible decision. Thank God you didn't go to jail for that one, or they didn't find out about that one. And we've all done it. Okay, let it go. It's a learning experience in life. Move on to the next. Go to the next rung in life. Go higher into the light of life. I know I get carried away. I can do this all day and probably bore everybody.
I think it might be a cross-dresser thing, Jennifer, because I can soapbox for like 45 minutes without anybody asking me a question. So
are you and I threatening the audience now?
We might be. I don't know. Just throw a penny in the air and I'll start talking about it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's so much goodness here. And we've been through so much ourselves. and we've seen so much. Learn from those that have walked the path.
Yeah.
I want to learn from those that walked ahead of me. You know, it's like telling a little kid, don't put your finger in that electric socket. Guess what? How many kids will put their finger in an electric socket? Most of them. Yeah. I probably did.
I don't believe that's totally true.
Totally.
Yeah. You know, you got to find out, okay. You know, but why do you have to do that? If you can sit back in your own logic and realize, well, that's a pretty dumb thing to do. Well, everybody's done something dumb. Everybody's done something they regret and would never do again. The difference is that you say to yourself, I'll never do it again, versus saying, I wonder if I can get away with it again. Big difference. You're not going to go anywhere in life if you think you can get away with it again. So anyway, that's my 2 cents worth on that.
It seemed more like 75 cents, but okay.
Inflation. What do you expect?
So Elizabeth, do you have anything else for us?
Jeepers, golly.
Or maybe we should ask you a question.
Shoot, I don't know.
Because it's not fair that we're getting all the questions. So I'm going to ask you something.
That's probably very true.
Right? You know, equal opportunity for all. Let's embarrass everybody.
Oh.
So what is the single, this could be one of these like deep ones. What is the single biggest thing you've learned for yourself or of yourself since starting working with Jennifer?
I guess I learned how accepting I am as a person of other people, and just how, like, I just, you know, I guess I didn't really think about like how it doesn't matter to me what you do behind your bedroom door. It doesn't matter to me, you know, what you're wearing under your pants. It doesn't matter.
Write that.
What you know you do on your Sunday. You know, it just that isn't what defines the inner person of who you are. And I just realize that it's really, it's more about that connection with people, the real person inside that truly makes, you know, the relationship with a person. Because I guess it's we're such a visual beings. We're such visual beings, but how truly superficial that is, and it really doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter. Just the wonderful people I've met, like you and Julie and Jennifer, and gosh, you know, who would have ever thought that I would feel such a connection with a cross-dresser? You know, that these are the people I look forward to seeing every week, and you guys have become my friends. So, you know, who knew that I didn't know I was that, you know, open and free-minded, but.
So all we did was just validate something that was already there for you.
I guess, yeah.
Nice.
What were your
for
first
me,
thoughts?
It is all superficial.
When I first contacted you, and I forget even what I said, but probably something about cross-dressing or whatever. When you first read that, what did you think?
Well, when I first saw your job posting, I was like, okay, this is intriguing. I could do this. And obviously it was in my skill set. So I can help this, just the way that you had said what you were trying to do. And I was like, I can help this person and help them, reach their goal. And what a nice, honorable goal. You know, you were determined to help other people. You want to genuinely, rescue these other people, and save them from the negative side of cross-dressing and the feeling alone and feeling that they have to keep it hidden. And so, I mean, I guess it was really more about that initial was okay, this is interesting and kind of exciting. And, you know, let's go on this adventure. Like, I was like, okay, let's try this out and see what happens. So that was the initial. And then of course, now we've all become friends. So,
and who, like I said, and who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like with my girlfriends, like she knew nothing about cross-dressing, and now she's, you know, staunchly in that camp of, you know, open-mindedness and understanding and realizing there's more of us out there, more types of people out there. It's not just binary. Yeah, I mean, it's such a galaxy of genders and presentation and sexuality that it's eye-opening. So.
Yeah, I would like to throw that question to Melissa. Are you there, Melissa?
I'm there.
Okay, because there was a mutual friend, I guess, heard about you or whatever, and got a hold of me and arranged it. That was Lee. And so I'm wondering what your thoughts were when you first heard about me, the possibility, because I remember because you were on the Connection show, and you introduced me, and in that introduction you said, well, we've got something here, so be open-minded and this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's because I work with a lot of closed-minded people. So my first impression, well, off the camera, we've talked about this before. You came with the concept, and that person sort of, without being involved in that concept, took over and tried to explain it to me. So we had to have a second meeting in order to actually talk about the meat of the show. And I was never uncomfortable with the situation of, hey, there's going to be a guy in a dress. Okay, whatever. And whatever. It
dress, I tell you.
Don't befriend me none, because for a while I was a general manager at a very popular nightclub here in Central Florida called Southern Nights. Now, it's pretty much known on the circuit, and I dealt with drag queens who absolutely hate little lesbians like me. And I don't understand why, but they're just not really friendly to the butcher girl. You know, it's like they take it as an affront. So I wasn't really sure what I was going to be dealing with. Was I going to be dealing with the drag concept, and they're going to, and Jennifer was going to be like, oh, little lesbian, like the drag queens were. Or if I was going to actually, meet an honest person who was just being true and faithful to herself or himself, and being that person inside, because that's what I respect. I've always, since high school, you know how they write in the yearbook? They would write, Melissa, you're your own person, never change. And I was just like, I can't be anybody but who I am. And I've been confronted about it. You walk like John Wayne. You do these things. And I'm just like, you know what? This is me. You either like me or you don't. You either deal with me or don't. So when it came to Jennifer, I thought, what a beautiful, kind person, a wonderful heart. And he is wearing women's clothing. Okay, let's listen. And as I've gotten to know Jennifer very quickly, as a matter of fact, it didn't take long. She's very open and honest. I realized that this is a genuine person and a genuine situation that is not all that unusual. Now, I see some oddities. We all go to Walmart here and there, and we're like, what the heck? And I've seen strange combinations of mental illness and strange outfits and the like. And Jennifer, I'm not comparing you. I'm merely saying after that, I was just more open to the honest approach to people, thinking, okay, whatever you want to do, it's fine with me too. So,
well, someday I expected to see my picture come up in one of these Walmart composites of interesting people.
Hey, Jennifer, quick question, and I know for our visual audience, we're kind of wondering what happened. You got nailed. There we go. What did you do to your forehead?
Oliver, take it out.
The bird got her.
Yeah,
Did the bird get you?
I put a branch out there for him to stand out of his house with, and by hurrying down there, and I I went, and it's dark. I kept it really dark down there because they tend not to do much when it's dark, except for him. And I went running into it, so I skewered my head.
Ah, well, it's bursted open for all of us to see.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just bleeding. That's all.
No, it's okay. It's good to know you're a red-blooded
I
American.
gave blood yesterday, so that's just
more.
that much less.
Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
Wait, so Melissa, you're a lesbian? This is the first I'm hearing
The
of this.
hell you say?
I can't believe it. You're a lesbian? I didn't know.
Yes, I'm liking of the crotch of the lady.
I
No, I probably, where's the wife? Probably would consider myself more bisexual, but I'm a very strong personality. I know you didn't notice. It happens.
Strong? No.
Yeah.
No.
And I don't take any crap for the most part. So men tend not to want to be in they want to, be in a relationship, but they don't want to be in a relationship with me because I tend to take the upper hand. And I'm not one of those that wants a partner that is like, yes, dear, okay. So I find that it's better in the female situation, female to female, than female with male because of those reasons.
Can I ask you one question, Melissa?
Mm.
Do you feel, if you're labeling yourself as lesbian, but you also kind of claim bisexual.
Yeah.
Do you run into the situation where somebody says, hey, make a choice, either like men or like women? What's this whole deal about liking both?
Or have you made your choice by marrying?
Ah, there you go. Yeah, I haven't been with a man in almost 30 years, something like that. So I think I made my choice. But before then, I had my fair share. Okay, I'm not gonna say I was a slut, but I think I have my quota. I got enough. Elizabeth,
I'm sure you're fine. Can you imagine? You're no millennial, so.
Oh no, I'm not a millennial. I'm actually the tail end of a boomer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't worry about it. You're okay.
I was already past everything by the time the Tinder and little swipe apps were. I was already long over all that crap.
Oh, no Netflix and chill in your day.
No, we actually went out and met people, not in necessarily the greatest places to meet new people, but I've learned since then that we should be introduced to people rather than pick them up in bars and such. So, like interests. Anyway, Elizabeth, another question?
Oh gosh. Well, actually, can we do the giveaway really quick?
Oh, sure.
Let's do. I want to give stuff away. I like giving stuff away.
I have my raffle ticket.
Okay.
Wait.
What I'd like to do, Elizabeth, you have someone there on your list. So can you give us a name?
Okay. So I am going to 1, 2. All right. So the second one, I did a randomizer, and the second thing on my list is Bubbly Burnett 13.
Ooh, that's
okay.
That's not
now,
me.
What I want to do now is I've got 4 envelopes. So, Savannah, pick a number 1 to 4.
3.
3. What do we have in 3? I forget.
Bubbly's gonna hate me if this isn't good.
Yeah, it's a bubble bath.
And the winner is.
Guess what? Victoria's Secrets. You get a $25 gift card at Vicky's.
Yay!
Wow.
Nice.
Cool.
Wow.
Nice.
So make a note next to their, and we'll get together later and we'll get it off to them.
Okay.
So
Do I
give me one more.
Do I get 10% of that? What's happening? What's the deal?
I know, right?
You get the glory of calling for the number.
Okay, I'll take it.
Well,
Okay, you want me to do another one?
yeah.
2, 3. Okay. Bonbon C70.
Bonbon C70. Hello out there, Bonbon. You're in the running, neither 1, 2, or 4. So you're going to win something. whatever it is. And so we'll give Savannah one more try to get it right.
I'm going to go with number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Number between 1 and what?
1.
Yeah.
Number 1. What do we have in number 1 here?
A new car.
We have a $50 iTunes card.
Wow.
That is pretty cool. I'm
That's
excited.
I don't know if it shows $50 on there or not. I can't see it. Oh, it's on this side.
Oh boy. Technical
Where's the-
failures. There
Whoops,
it
I
is.
lost the.
Hey.
Okay, there it is. A $50. Okay, so Bon Bon gets $50 iTunes. Okay, so I'm going to go to Melissa.
Yes.
You're going to pick a number, either 2 or 4.
Oh, this is tough.
2 or 4. Yeah.
Let's see. 2 is half of 4.
2 is half of 4.
4 is an even number.
2
2 is that
the
gets
square root of what?
Carry the 1. 2. Let's go for 2, please.
2.
I take number 2. Wait, no, that
Number
does
2.
not
And,
sound
we got to
good.
pick a person. I got someone here I want to pick. And it's Amanda CD.
Amanda Crossdresser.
Second on my list. So, and you pick number 2. So Amanda CD is going to get. I can't get it open, so we can't give it away. Whoops! Here we go. You get Sephoria.
Ooh.
This is pretty cool because let me get this out of here. Sephoria has this really nifty looking card and all. It's $25 gift certificate, and they have this little packet here for like business cards, and it's got a mirror in here, and this your gift card slips in there, and then after you use it, you can put your cards in there, and you got a neat little mirror that shows your really big blood thing coming out.
Oh, now you see it there, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
just checking.
Yeah. So
It's like, what happened? What
Amanda
you
CD.
you know what you
you're-
should do
you're
with that thing?
getting
Right
it.
there? Just
And
That's what it
oops,
looks
I
like.
got a pencil here
See?
somewhere. Okay.
what happened?
All right. Now I've got one more here. So let's just do one more.
Do I need to
And,
pick the envelope? Or
Melissa,
What?
you have to.
Number 4.
You gotta guess.
Number 4.
You know, somewhere between 4.
I'd like to
and
take
4.
number 4, please.
Between 4 and 4. Are
Is
you
number
sure
4
that
available?
That's what you want to get?
Is 4 available?
Oh yeah, we can do 4.
How
And
about could
I
we
have-
wait a minute? Changing my mind. Number 4. I'm
I
gonna
would have
go.
gone with Quattro.
Yeah, gonna go with that one.
hey, not that other stuff. I don't understand that
No.
stuff.
1, 2, 3,
no.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Uh-huh.
No.
So, Lucy Hamilton. Lucy Hamilton is getting a Savannah book.
I
Yay!
want one of those.
And
That's
this is
really-
what the book looks like, if I can find it.
It's okay. I've got the graphic on the screen for
I'm
you.
hiding it under my hat.
Uh-uh.
So this is what you're getting. Signed by, of all people, drum roll, is going to be signed by
Savannah.
Savannah.
Dang, you're
This was a
good.
guess. I know. I'm really psychic.
Wow.
I know you're so psychic. Absolutely. It's just amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And we're going to give out more next week and more the week after. All of August, we're going to be giving away stuff. So how do you get into the running for it? You subscribe. Okay, that's one way to get in. Lower right-hand corner down here, folks. And the other is patrons. You're going to start being in the running now. So join our Patreon page. And we really, you help us out a lot, and we like helping you guys back. And then Elizabeth is talking about Instagram. Is that right?
Yep, we'll run a giveaway on our Instagram. So look for those posts that specifically mention the giveaway. And make sure that you follow us, like, comment, and tag people on the post to get your entries.
That's right. So we want to get this to many people as we can. Be part of us. Be part of you. This is your culture. We're trying to get our culture together, and with all of us. We're working hard for it. We have Savannah's working hard with it. Julie's working hard with our guest next week with Jane Ellen of the Trias group. They've been around for decades and decades and decades, and helping cross-dressers. This is where we're going. We're going to come together as a real cross-dressing culture. Like it's never happened before like this. Never anywhere. And we're doing it right here, and soon to be right over there with Savannah and Julie. It's all part of us. They're like, I think is it somewhere around here.
I'm here.
Julie.
Just here. Just right here.
Savannah. Wait, I don't know if we can do that right. Wait, let's see. Savannah is. We're trying to do the Brady Bunch here. Savannah is below me. Okay, that's Elizabeth. So, no, that's me. No, that's nobody. That's pretty close. Yeah, no, there's no one there. Savannah, other direction. There's Jennifer. You guys figured it out, right? Now let's all make little wall.
If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. So join us, have some fun.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys, are we done for tonight?
I guess we're done for today. And tune in next week. And like I said, I'm going to start a Patreon. It's going to be Captain Jennifer is going to have flying stories, been places, done things, airplanes that doing strange things, and things that scared the crap out of me, all that kind of stuff. You're going to hear some stuff, and I like getting back with other guys, pilots. Oh yeah, I had a few good ones there. That's right. Like one time we were.
Save it.
We had an impromptu band flying down to Australia, and I was singing. We'll talk about that. It was so much fun. You all take care. Thank you so very much. And for Savannah, Elizabeth, and Melissa.
Pam. Thank you, Pam.
And we get Pam. Yes, you're here in spirit and thought. And Julie, you're here in spirit and thought with us too.
Oh, there's Elizabeth back in the room.
I'm here all along. What are you talking about?
What? Good night, everybody.
So good night, everyone. We'll see you next week with more giveaways. Join us.